Charlotte Smith was born on May 4th, 1749, in London, England, and died on October 28, 1806, at the age of 57. Charlotte's beginning could be considered as unlucky because her mother died in childbirth when Charlotte was a little girl, and her father had a gambling problem, which made them lose their fortune. Charlotte's father married her off to a wealthy man known as Benjamin Smith. Charlotte's husband found himself in trouble with some creditors, so Charlotte decided to leave her husband and started writing to financially support herself and her many children. Charlotte Smith's work was known for its use of nature, something the Romantics enjoyed during that time. Charlotte Smith was a well-respected novelist and poet. People enjoyed her writing. Even other writers enjoyed her writing and even took inspiration from her work. Evening by Charlotte Smith. Oh, soothing hour, when glowing day low in the western waste declines, and village murmurs die away, and bright the vesper planet shines, I love to hear the gale of even, breathing along the new leaf tops, and feel the freshening dew of heaven fall silently, limpid drops. Or, like a friend's consoling sighs, that breeze of night to me appears, and, as soft dew from pity's eyes, descend those pure celestial tears. Alas! for those who long have borne, like me, a heart by sorrow riven, who but the plaintive winds will mourn, what tears will fall but those of heaven? This is a very short and simple poem. I would say this would be one of the shorter poems she has. This poem goes straight to the point. The poem is talking about how the day goes from day to evening, and she uses a lot of imagery to get her point across. The poem also uses a lot of emotion, and Charlotte Smith uses a lot of nature, which is very common in the Romantic era. Some honorable mentions would be similar to Evening. We have Flora and April by Charlotte Smith. Both poems are longer than Evening. The poems were use nature and evoke emotions. Both poems are very strong with imagery. They talk a lot of emotions, a lot of negative feelings. April shows more depressive imagery. I would highly recommend reading the poems. I personally found them nice to read, but they are more complex, in my opinion. In summary, the poem Evening should be included in the syllabus because it gives the reader a perfect example of the theme of nature in poems, a theme emphasized during the Romantic period. Charlotte Smith's poems do an excellent job representing emotions. By adding Charlotte Smith to the syllabus, it would add to the list of women writers. Growing up, I've only heard of men writers like Charles Dickens, and I just think adding more women can be refreshing and students can benefit from learning more about women and women in literature. Here we have my Works Cited page. Feel free to look at any and um, have fun exploring.